Hello, 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 hello. Ruth, you are welcome. You already dropped a comment. Good evening. So, guys, yeah. So, I'm just trying to place my microphone the right way. I'm trying to can I hold both of them together and just okay. So, yeah. So, guys, good evening and welcome to another live class for today. People like my hair. I'm, I'm losing my hair. I'm always on wigs. Yeah, I'm always on wigs. So my hair is so full. Actually wanted to cut the hair, but everybody around me they are saying, "Don't cut it, don't cut it, don't cut it." So that is why. So the hair don't tire me. That's just the word. Okay, good evening, guys, and welcome to today's class. Chizubem, you're welcome. Chizubem, Somi Albert. I'm fine, I'm good, and you, Chizubem, Somi, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Yes, I look different. Yes. So I've loosened my hair. That's what I was just saying. I loosened the hair. This hair, I actually wanted to cut the hair. Let me go on low cut. But everybody, they're just saying, no, 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 don't cut the hair. I was like, hey, na me get time. I don't tire for the hair. Okay, guys. So can you hear me? Chizuben, let's know. Let me know. This looks so funny. Can you hear me? Is my microphone okay? Let me just know that the sound is good, the sound is clear, and then we are good to go. We'll just go straight, okay? Yeah. No cut am o. Omo, na no as the thing dey no be small thing. Okay, how about okay, yes, okay, so you can hear me. Okay, Mercy, you're welcome. Daisy, you're welcome. Comfort, good evening. Okay, so guys, let's just get started straight into our tutorial for today. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a lapel. Yes, that's what we're going to learn how to do. It does not have a collar though, but it's just a lapel. So lapel is the one that opens up like this. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So I actually made this tutorial some time ago, but so many people did not really see it. So I decided to redo the yes, love Ibem. You're welcome. Hello. Yes, thank you so much. So I decided to redo it. So it's a very simple process. So what we are going to do today, I'm just going to show you guys how to cut and sew the lapel. Then maybe in a subsequent class, I will do the one that will attach a collar. So it's this very simple process, you guys. Is a simple process. When I say it is simple, it is simple. Yeah. So you put no once I say it is simple, it is simple. So let's get started today. So guys, let me know where you're watching me from. As you people are coming in, just let me know what you're watching me from. So now, what I'm going to do now, I'm trying to arrange my table so I can turn my camera so you guys will be able to see what I am doing. Okay. Yes, so I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit like this. And then yes, I think okay, so I'm just looking for I think this because if I place it like this, some part might be missing. That's what I noticed. But other than that, let's see. Our food table, yes, I think we can see our food table like this. Okay, yes. So guys, so let's get started. So these are all the materials we'll be using today. So we'll use this yellow one for the main piece, and then this one is going to be for the lapel that is going to open up. Okay. Mazuba, thank you so much. You're welcome. Yes, so this is our pattern that we're going to be using to draw. So when you want to make this kind of lapel, yes, thank you. Those of you that are giving me heart love, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, okay, the mic is cracking. I hope, I hope. Sometimes it's network. Oh. Just please let me know again if it is better. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, thank you. So most times when you want to sew this kind of lapel, the collar, that's the lapel, you make sure that you are using the same fabric for it. You are not supposed to use lining. Okay. So now this is our pattern. So let's keep our fabric on the side and then let's work with our fabrics. Okay. So now what we are going to do is just a simple process. We're just going to draft our basic bodies. Yeah. So in drafting our basic bodies, so I'm just going to put a line here. So this line is just going to serve as my startup line. Okay. Okon, good evening. Okay, you're watching from River State. Thank you so much. Roslyn, hello, my friend. And how are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much. You're welcome. So you can see my pattern paper. So I'm going to place all of my points now. So like I said, we're doing a basic bodice. So I'm just going to use 9 inches for my bust line. You understand? So this is the bust line. And then 11 inches is going to be my under bust. So what I'm using is like a small size. And then I have my half cut, which is 16. So when we're placing on the fabric, we can extend a little bit. Okay. So now what I'm going to do now, love, thank you so much. Okay, the mic is still cracking. Let's see. Let me check. I'm trying to find my okay, let me see if I can change the mic. I just hope it's not network. Because if it is network, even if I change the mic, it still will not do anything. Okay? If I change the mic. So I hope this one is better. If this one is still cracking, then it should be the reception. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck that one back, and then I'm going to keep that one on the side. So I hope it is better. I hope you can hear me. If it's still cracking, then it's the network. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do to adjust the mic. Is it better? Please let me know. Is the mic, is it better now? If it's not better, I'll drop the mic and use my normal voice. Let's see. Is it better? Oh, it's better, but it's still cracking. Then it should be the reception, because I've changed the microphone. So let's just wait a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. No, at times it's like that. So let me put up. This one now I'll have to to use my voice. Can you people hear me? Can you hear me? I took out the microphone, so let's just see. Is it okay? Can you hear me? It's better. Okay, so let's use the normal voice now. Since the microphone don't want us to use microphone. So okay, let me just keep it close by because these things they have a mind of their own. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so now you can see, so I have my lines just like I explained. So this first line is our shoulder line, our bust point line, our under bust, then our half cut. Okay, so the next thing, just draw your basic bodies. Yes, so the first thing we're going to do now, let's add our shoulder measurement. So the shoulder is 14 inches. We're going to divide 14 into 2, have 7, and then we'll add 1 inch for our allowance. So from that point, I'm just going to come down by 1 inch on that point. So once I come down by 1 inch, I am going to just float that into our shoulder line like this. Okay, yes. So the next thing we're going to do now, from this point we're going to mark half of our armhole. So the armhole that I'm using is actually 15 inches. So 15, so you can see 15 inches. So I'll divide that into 2, and then I'm going to mark it like that, and then I will connect it with a straight ruler like this. Okay, so that armhole set is a little bit long, so I'll mark it like this, and then I'm going to create a curve. So in creating this curve, I'm just going to take my pattern curve like this. Okay, so I'm just looking for the best way, yes, to place it. Okay, so I'm going to explain. So you can see these points. You saw in this middle part, I came in a little bit. Okay. Yes, I came in a little bit, just like 1/4 inch, and then marked it. So the next thing now, we're going to add our full body measurement. Simple process. So our body measurement is 34 inches. So 34 inches, I'm trying to, the bust, so like I said it is a simple, is a small size. That's what I'm doing tonight. So I'm going to place it like this. So I've divided that into 4. I'll place it, and then I'm going to add just 2 inches for my allowance. So I'll place the 2 inches that way. And then for the under bust measurement, so for my under bust is 26, so which is 13. So I'll divide that into 4. So I'll place it like this, and then I'm going to add 2 inches for my allowance. So all of those points like this, I am marking them like this. Okay, so the next thing, I'll mark my waist measurement. So my waist is about 30. You divide 30 into 4, I have 7.5, and then I am going to add my allowance. Okay, sorry, so this one, I'm supposed to add an extra of 1 inch to it because of my dart. So sorry about that. So I'm just using dotted lines. So thank God that I've not marked it. Even if I had marked it, that's why pattern is good. So I'll mark that and then add 1 inch for allowance, and then I'll add my stitching allowance. So at this point now, I am done. So all of these lines, I am going to connect them like this, and then this one like this. Okay, can you see? Very simple process, like ABCD. So the next thing we're going to do now, let's cut this out first, and then we are going to use it to cut out the back first. So if you notice, I've not added, like I said, I'm using 1 inch for my dart. So I'll just mark this out like this. Okay, yes. So the next thing I'm going to do now, so let's just add our dart. So for the dart, we'll use half of the bust pan measurement. Okay, thank you so much, Albert. Thank you for the feedback. So I'll use 4 inches for my dart. So I'll place that, which is 8 inches. That's, use your nipple to nipple measurement. So I'll just mark the 4 inches across all of these lines like this, these 3 lines, and then I'll connect it with a straight ruler like this. Okay, so we're just putting a normal, simple, basic bust dart. So from this point, I've just come down by half of an inch and then half of an inch. You will remember that it was 1 inch that I used for my dart. So I'll just connect these guys like this for my dart. Okay, it's a simple process. Just, yeah. So the next thing now, we are going to cut out, let's cut out our back piece first. So before we cut out our back piece, we'll add our neckline. So for the neckline, use 3 inches because it is a lapel. You don't want it to be too wide, so use 3 inches width. And then for the back neckline, you can just go with 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Okay, that's for the depth of the back neckline. So after that, I'm just trying to place this nicely and then connect it. So even though this is not the pattern curve that I'm supposed to use. So now what we are going to do now, let's cut out our back piece. Okay, so I'll take this like this, and then I'm going to place it like this. Okay, and then we'll cut out now. So now we've cut out our back piece now. So the next thing now, we're going to work on our front piece. Yes. So this front piece, I'm going to get another pattern paper. So I'm going to like just split it open. It's a simple process. What I'm going to do now, I just want to cut it open. So when I cut it open, you know the back is normal, so I'm just going to cut it open. So I'm just trying to manage my pattern paper, so don't mind this one. Okay, yes, I'm trying to get a straight pattern. So that straight pattern should be like, depends on how wide you want your lapel to be, like 5 inches, between 5 and 8 inches. If you notice, it is a very wide pattern. So now I have another straight pattern. Okay, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Yes, so I have a straight pattern, so I'm going to place this straight pattern like this. My hand, my hand. So I'm going to, people know, when it comes to sewing, there are some people that mark to left, some mark to right. So I'm one of those ones that I mark to the right. So that's why the way I placed it now, if I mark it that way, I'm going to confuse even myself. I'll confuse my own self. So I just need to place it the way I normally place my pattern, so it will be easier for me. Okay, so you can see. So basically now what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to I added this is an extra 8 inches to my front pattern. Okay, I have to be careful. I'm not careful. This thing will just swallow it at once. Yes, so I have to be careful. Okay. So now this is our front pattern. So you notice what I did. I added an extra of 8 inches. So even if I do the 8 inches at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I can still remove it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now, this neckline now, I am going to extend it. This is optional though, you understand, it is optional. So the next thing you are going to do depends on where you want your lapel to, let me use that word, where you want it to flip to. That's how much do you want it to, as in where do you want the opening to stop. Do you want the opening to stop on your bust point, or do you want it to stop on the under bust or the waistline? Okay, so that is what you do. You put all of these things into consideration when you are shaping your lapel. Okay, so if you notice, it is a big lapel, but if it is normal collar that you are doing, you don't need more than 2 or 3 inches. Do you understand? Please note, if you are doing normal lapel, so you should please give this video a thumbs up, like the video. You see some 3 buttons on the side, so that's like where the like button is. Just click it and like the video. So if you are doing normal collar top, you understand, so you can use like between 2 and 3 inches. But if you notice, this one is like an exaggerated lapel, so that is why I added about 8 inches to my pattern. So I'm just trying to, let's double check. So you can see I have about 8 inches. So now where do I want my lapel to? That's where do I want it to open to. If I want it to open to my bust point line, that's now it will open and then stop here. I will stop it here. But if I want it to go to the under bust, like let it open to like this under bust, I'll bring it here. Okay, so it is a simple process. So what I'm going to do now, from this point now, I'm just going to take my pattern curve now, so you can see now I've moved this neckline to the end, and then I'm going to take this. So you can, if you note, this is my actual measurement. So that's this point is my actual measurement. So there's something you can do, because if you do it like that, you will lose some inches. So I can come out a little bit, maybe like 1 inch or half of an inch, and then I mark it if I want my lapel to stop on my under bust. But if I want it to come down a little bit more, depends on, as in let it still come down from the under bust line, I can bring it down. So I'm just going to show you guys. If I bring it down, this is like 1 inch now. So I'm just this is like 1 inch. I'm going to explain everything to you, so you don't get confused. Okay, so now let's mark now. So this is our 1 inch now. So you come in by at least 1 inch, so that you have enough. So this is the one of the under bust. So what you will do from this point now, you are going to, let's use dotted line so you guys can see. So you are going to draw, depends on the style. So if you want it to stop here, to stop here. But if I don't want it to stop here, if I want it to stop on the under, just a little bit below, to come here. So now what I'm going to do now is, for this you can draw any shape. So let's see, let's do sharp first. Let's see. So from this point now, can you guys see? So from this point now, I'm just going to like just draw a sharp, can you see, and then just like bring it this way like this. Okay, so now if I cut this out, now my lapel is going to be as in sharp straight. So for instance, maybe I don't want a sharp lapel, I want something curved. I can place my pattern curve this way and then just do this. So I'm just using this. I wish I had another color of marker, I would have used it. So you can see now, so with this one now, you can see this is like a curved one, it's not straight. Okay, and then we'll cut it. So first of all, let's cut out the curved one, then it stops here, and then as it's stopping here like this, you are going to extend it. Just take it to the down, because you are not going to just cut it hanging like that. So you just extend it to the hem, and then at the end of the day, this is what we are going to have. So let's mark. So this one is like the one that has a little bit of curve. So can you see? And then this, so you want to now take off this already, this neckline like this. Okay, so when you are done now, so this is how this point is going to look like. So can you see? So at this point now, you can correct. So you can see, at this point now, this is a pattern. Do you understand? At this point now, let's see, can you see how it looks? You can correct whatever you want to correct at this point. So if you feel like, okay, this is my 8 inches that I used, I think the 8 inches is too long, oh, at this point from here now, you know this is the half part, this is where your bodice got to, so you can reduce it. If we say, okay, now let's reduce this now to like 7 inches. So this is 7 inches, and then let's go with our sharp that we're still using. So we can actually just do this like this, and then from this point now you have reduced it. So let's see. So I'm just giving you people different shape. Okay, so now you have reduced it. So now I'm just going to come like this. So can you see? You see what we have? So at the end of the day, you can see this looks like what we have on our fabric. Do you understand? So it depends on how, if you feel it's still too long, you have all of the opportunity. You can reduce it. You can come as much as like 5 inches. So it depends on you. So you can actually play around this. So let's see at the end of the day, how many inches are we now using? Remember, this is the half part of our dress. So this is about 6 inches. So if we are using this now, so at the end of the day, we use 6 inches. So we're going to see how this 6 inches is going to form out. So you can see. Can you see? So now let's see. Okay, what do you say? Please, will front neck depth. Yes, you can use, okay, this is the same measurement I used 1 inch. So for this, it is optional. You can come down a little bit more. You understand? So for this, you remember this was 1 inch that we used, the same 1 inch that we used for the back. But for the front one, we can bring it down a little bit. You understand? So let me just do all of the things so that people will see how it is. Remember, this was the same 1 inch we used for our back neckline. So now if we say let's use 1.5 inch, this is 1.5 inch like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do now, we're going to mark it like this, and then just bring it like this. So at the end of the day now, this is like 1.5 inch. If you want it deeper, you want to use 2 inches, you can still go ahead and do it. So let's see how the 1.5 inches looks like. Okay, so this is 1.5 inches. So you can see, can you see? Can you see how it looks like? So you can see it came down now, because we came down by 1.5 inches. So if you want this lap, if you want it higher, you bring it up. Okay, so now we're going to transfer this to the fabric. So basically now we're done for our front piece. So you people should ask all your questions. This is a live class. Ask your questions as I'm here, so I can answer them. So that person that asked about the neckline, now you see it is cleared up. So you people should ask. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to place this like this now, and then we are going to cut this. Okay, so when we're cutting now, we're going to cut 2 pieces of this. Okay, so I'm just trying to place my fabric. At the end of the day, it's like I'm still going to reduce this, so because my fabric, the fabric that I have here is not enough. So I'm going to have to adjust, to readjust my pattern. So I think what I'm going to do is the side measurement that is going to that we're going to reduce. Okay, I think we're going to reduce the side measurement. Let's not reduce our color, so let's reduce our measurement. So now once I'm reducing my measurement, I'm going to place this like this. So see, so can you see as much as what is, I'm going to chop this off. So because this, my fabric is not enough, but I want my lapel to, I want everything to enter. Okay, so people should please note. So I'm placing this now, and then I'm going to cut. I don't want to hear that I use mistake to use my scissors to cut this paper. So that is why I use my better scissors to cut the paper. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's only the body measurement that I reduced from my, but I did not reduce the lapel. So now I'm going to use my experience as an experienced tailor to do this. So you can use your normal full measurement, because before I will start looking for another fabric now to say, I know it's a live class. So that is why I am doing this. Okay, yes, so you can see our dresses out. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one to cut the second one, which is our lining piece. I'm going to place it like this. Can you guys see? They call experience, so you can see. So I'm placing it, and then I'm cutting it exactly the same. So you will remember that our back piece is bigger, so we'll have to adjust that guy too, or else. But that one we can always adjust down. So once you are done your pattern, so you saw the way I placed it, so just place it and then cut your fabric. So you can see we are done. All right, so now, so for our front piece, for our back piece, you will note that we have reduced our, what do you call it, our dress a little bit. So I can still correct this though, so you don't mind me. I'll still correct this. Let me just reduce it a little bit first, and we'll correct it. Okay, so now let's add my front. You people know that this, I did not place my neckline because I didn't want to cut it out from the pattern. Okay, so now I'll add my back neckline, 3 by 1. And then I'll cut this off like this, and then I'll add my dart. Okay, so like I said, I'm using his waist dart, so I'll just come up by 5 inches and then just put a notch there. I already know. And then for our front piece also, so I'm trying to notch the points of my dart. Okay, so now let's get started. Let's stitch. Let's do some stitching. So I'm going to readjust my camera, so I'm just trying to clear up my table. and then place all of my things the way they should be. Okay, and then I'll turn the camera. I think it should come down a little bit. Okay, yeah. So you guys will be able. I'm dancing. All right, so let me take some highlights. Okay, so the first thing now we are going to do now, let's just go straight. So you guys should like my video. Okay, let's teach our back piece first. So I'm actually doing the dance. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I'm not very tired today. You know, some days I could be really tired. Today I rested a lot. So I'm placing my darts now. So like I said, the thread I've cut, I don't always like that. So like I said, I used about 5 inches, okay? All right, so let's continue. So I'm going to place the second dart like this and like that. Okay, yes. All right, so now we are done. So at this point now, you would turn your piece if you are not doing an inseam, but most times I advise you people when you are doing. Okay, Khadija, you're welcome. You're watching from Morocco. So thank you so much, Rebecca. You're welcome. Thank you. Say she's really enjoying my teaching. Thank you. I appreciate all of your feedbacks, seriously. Okay. All right, so now let's see. I fix my bobbin back. I don't like when machine used to cut thread. It can be really frustrating. So now let's sew our front piece. So our front piece, I think let's do lining, fabric. Yeah. So our main fabric piece, let me add the darts for my main fabric piece. You know this industrial machine at times, if you put your leg, the next thing is Sokoto, you will see. It will just fly. Fiam. So I have to be really careful when doing this. You know, when you're working with plain fabrics, if you are not careful, you can sew two the same side. So you have to be careful. So I need to check. I remember then when I started sewing, I used to really make that mistake. But now, I used to wait for it, okay? All right, so now we are done. I was thinking that I have made the mistake already. Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay, so now I'm going to turn now. Okay, so you can see. So you see, so I'm going to turn the whole of this part and then I'll leave this side, okay? So like I said, if you are doing your own, do it an inseam. But if you don't know how to do an inseam, please just do the one that you know how to do. Okay? Yes. So I'm just trying to make sure that all the fabrics, everything is. So at this point, you really want everything to be like accurate, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do, to make sure that my fabrics, they are the same. Thank you so much. Naomi. Okay, say French. French. I beg, I don't feel laugh. I wish I could speak French. I wish I could speak French. Actually did not. Okay. And okay, you wanted to say something about inseam. Yes, I wanted to say, when you are doing this, let me show you. If you are doing it as an actual piece, use an inseam. Okay, so inseam, what you do, just make sure you sew all of your fabrics together, and then all of your linings together, and then you place on top and turn. So that will be easy. It will be really easy. I actually did not plan for that. If I had planned for it, I would have done it. Maybe in another tutorial. The next time I'll do a lapel, I'll try and make it an inseam. For those of you that don't know how to go about an inseam, okay? Yes. I actually did not prepare for it. If I had planned it as I was planning the tutorial, I would have done it. It's a simple process. But it is always better when making a lapel, just use an inseam. Okay? Yeah. So now I am done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open up my piece. I'll plug my pressing iron. So for the back, I'm not turning the back. So I'm just going to top, what do you call it? Let's see. Place my pressing iron. And then we are going to, as the thing is heating up, let's see. So I'm going to place this. So I'm just trying to like use to like poke this out a little bit. So it depends. So like I said, just like I explained, depends on the shape you want to give to your collar. You can give it whatever shape. You can make it round, you can make it pointy. So it just depends on what you want, okay? So what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to stitch. So when you are doing this on your actual fabric piece, this collar part, iron an interfacing on it, like a gum stay, okay? Yes, iron an interfacing, iron a gum stay on it to give it a beautiful structure, okay? Yes, you want to do that. It will help, it will make the dress to have just in, even if it is not a strong, don't use a strong one. You understand? Don't use a strong gum stay. You can even, you just use hair stay itself. Hair stay is okay. It's like my pressing iron is getting hot, so let me disconnect. Let me disconnect it, and then so that I can iron this nicely. Okay, so we're like 40 minutes gone. So the next thing now, let me iron my back piece, the dart area of my back piece. You will know there's a probability that this back piece will be bigger, but I'm just going to, so let's join. Let's at this point now, I think at this point now, if you want to trim, you can actually trim at this point. Okay, yes, so you can see at this point now, you will want to, if you want to trim your piece. Okay, so my back piece, I'm going to still reduce it a little bit. And then the armhole area, I need to adjust it also. So make sure at this point, make sure you check everything together, all of your shoulder. Make sure that shoulder to shoulder, the neckline, make sure everything is equal. At this point now, you know why I'm trimming the back neckline, because I did not sew it. You understand? If I had turned it with a line, it would have reduced. You understand? But since I did not turn it, it's still there. So you know when you turn with line, it will reduce. So at this point, you want to do that, and then make sure that all of your shoulder, everything is okay, and then check everything. So this is like the final trimming, and then you remember that 2 inches allowance that I added, so I'll have enough allowance to play around with. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do now, we are going to join our shoulder to it. So the body, I hope, said the dress, no, it's not. So at this point now, I want to join shoulder to shoulder on my piece. Okay, okay, so I still need to trim my neckline. So I told you people the reason why I'm trimming it. Okay, yes, if I had turned with lining, I don't need to trim it. Everything, the two will be the same. The back and the front neckline, they will be the same width, so you need them to be the same width. So I'm joining the shoulder now, so you can see the way I placed it. I've showed you people that a lot of time on this class. Okay, so now there are some things that are very annoying. This one is one of them. After setting my, what do you call it, my shoulders together to stitch it, it's now pulled up. Okay, so I'm trying to, so let me open it and see. Okay, it looks good, it's okay. At the end of the day, this is our dress now. So the next one, you place the next one like this. Can you see? So this was what I was talking about. So you have to make them, they have to be the same. Let them align together at the same point. It's better for you to make it. Do you understand? Just make sure that it is the same. So I think, okay. So now I'm joining the second shoulder together. can drop your questions. Okay, let's see. Yes, you can notch before turning. You can actually notch before turning. You know the fabric I'm using, this is a cotton fabric, so it relaxes more easily. But if you are using fabric like Ankara, all those other, please notch. So that is why. You understand? So that is why. So the next thing now, I'm going to join the side of my piece like this, so you can see. So I'm just going to use like half of an inch to turn it. Yes, so if you notice, this is a lining fabric, so it relaxes very well. You understand? So I really don't need to stress much. But if not, notch, always notch, because if you do not notch it, it will not relax if you are using those other fabrics. Yes. Okay, so now we are done. So what I'm going to do now, what I'm trying to do now, I want to shape my armhole. I want to shape the armhole very well. Okay, so for me to shape my armhole properly, I'm looking for my chalk that I kept here now. I not see it again. So I'll take this. Can you see what I did? Since my shoulder measurement is already the same, I am not taking out anything from that top part. Do you understand? So it's the down part that is where I am reducing. Okay, yes. Okay, so now we are done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open this up and then just, there's not really much to iron. So like I said, my fabric relaxes very well. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll do this. Okay, and then the sides of our dress. So I'll just press that side down and then press this side also down. So I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to trim it. So I want, let's see, I don't want that person to burn my hand though. Okay, so now the next thing, now we're going to open this baby up and then check. So can you see? Okay, let's place it on the mannequin so that I can do the explanation for you guys. So let's pray. This is my fatty baby. Our fatty baby did not let's see. We are just going to pin, okay? Because you will know, after so much trimming for our piece, it almost did not size up. Can you see? People know I trimmed it a lot because of that. It became very small. So for you people still get the concept. You still get the drift. How do they call it? Alright, so now let's see. I really don't like this thing. At the end of the day, it did not cover. You understand? It did not cover the bust area. So this one is just like a jacket that is just opening. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. We are going to separate it. I need to close that part. So I'm going to open this and just pin it like a normal dress form. That's it, just pin it, yes. Instead of me to just leave it hanging like that. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just trying to just like yank the front from the back. Yes. Okay, so let's yank the front from the back. Keep back piece on its own. So now we'll be able to work with our front piece. Can you see? So this is how it will be. Okay. Can you guys see? So front will open like this. So it depends on. So I'll just get a pin. So like I said, depends on now at this point now. Okay, sorry. At this point now, where do you want? Depends on where you want it to open to. Let me get more pins. Let me get more pins and secure. Let's secure everything nicely. Okay. So at this point now, where do you want? Depends on where you want it to open, as in how much open do you want it to open. You get? If you want it to come down, depends on you. Okay. I'm putting pin in my mouth. So it depends on you. Depends on where you want it to open to. So at this point now, so you can see why it is very important to use, not to over trim your work. When you trim over, just imagine now that this was a customer's dress. Have I not entered one chance today? I've entered trouble with that. So please always take note of everything. Okay. So at the end of the day, this is how it will be. So normally I'm supposed to iron it down. Can you guys see? Let's see. The first time following you in live video. Wow. Thank you so much, NCE. Rachel, you want? Okay, yeah, we're done with that. Rachel, please, ma, is it advisable to notch before turning? Yes, it is. So notch before turning. So notch. Always make sure you notch before you turn. So at the end of the day, you can see how this looks like. So even though we have done a lot of trimming, so you can see it came out really fine. So if you want, depends on what you want, however you want it. If you want it up more, all you have to do is just put a button or a pressing foot or whatever, just place it up there. If you want it to open more, you just open more. So it depends on what you want. So guys, so thank you so much. Thank you. So let me cover the skirt very well. So this skirt will cover. We are done though. So thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for tuning in for our class for today. So I'm just trying to like release this one a little bit. Let it cover this kind of skirt. I don't know how to. I could not use it though. I wanted to use it to cover the waist part. Instead, no congruous. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to our tutorial for today. So you can drop your questions in case you have questions, whatever. I'm looking for the best way to place this thing So I'm just looking for the best way to place it. Ah, people know that we can construct them. I can actually turn this now to something else. Let's see. That is the beauty of a dress form. Can you see? Can you see? So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just enjoying myself today. People know that most times I always I'll just run out. But today is like a blessed day. So this is our like the last live stream for the first half of this year 2024. We thank God for life. All these things there. Some of them really try at all. So we thank God for everything. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you, yeah. So I'll see you guys by God's grace in the month of July. So all right, so guys, it's a wrap. Good night, everybody. Those of you that are just joining us, thank you. Okay, let me cut highlights.